Hello and welcome. Silrace here with Mechwarrior Online. This is my farewell video to Mechwarrior Online content on my channel and also to the game, at least for foreseeable future. So if you just wanted to hear me say that I am quitting Mechwarrior Online, yeah, there you have it. If you wanna hear the actual reasons and whatnot, and what would probably get me to play some more, well, I'm going to talk about those right now. So, I've been playing Mechwarrior Online for a long bloody time, but I have also taken long breaks from it simply because of the game mechanics, how they have changed and whatnot. Because what we have right now isn't the vision we were marketed at the start. I am not really complaining about that. There were some things and so forth, and I have not at all, to be honest, I'm not at all regretting putting money into the game. Mechwarrior Online is a good game. It's just heading in the overall direction which just, well, it's not really all that enjoyable for me, and some of the changes it's trying to do come a little late, in my honest opinion. But anyway, if you have watched my content for a while and you have heard me talk about what kind of gameplay I prefer objective-based gameplay. And Mechwarrior Online for a long time now has been everything but. It's basically team deathmatch. If you look at the objective-based gameplay we have right now, in every single scenario, every single case, you can win by simply killing the enemy. Destroy all the enemies, it's a win condition in everywhere. And frankly, to me, it should not be. It simply should not be, and to throw you some kind of a random lore reason for that is, well, you don't drop mechs on a planet just to fight another 12 enemy mechs. You bombard those from orbit or something. If you really need them gone, you just don't drop mechs just to fight other mechs. But anyway, if we just leave all the lore-based stuff out of it, from my personal point of view, I love objectives. I absolutely detest pure team deathmatch. I have nothing against 1 versus 1 arena games, let's say Quake for example, because in those games you have other things to do than just stand behind a building and shoot at an enemy at a distance. They are speed-based games. One reason why I loved, for example, as a shooter, I loved Tribes. Main game mode is capture the flag, and it is very dynamic game. There is no camping in Tribes, and that is probably what makes Tribes games my favorite shooters ever. But anyway, so there was, or rather has been, a big power creep, and we simply kill mechs much faster than we did before. Granted, this also compounded by the fact that we are playing 12 versus 12s now. That's easier on the server hardware, I'm okay with that. But the fact that we simply have so many guns to put on our mechs now as well, things die a little bit too fast for my liking. Just a little bit. It's like, if there were added like 5 seconds to, you know, time to kill, that would be, in my honest opinion, a big improvement. Because it's starting to feel more like an actual shooter instead of a mech game, in the sense that we are hulking monstrosities of metal frames pounding each other for a while until one goes down. But instead we are doing that with, you know, within seconds basically. Anyway, but the time to kill and all that is kind of besides the point. It's just minor gripes. As opposed to what I already mentioned, that being the whole team deathmatch aspect. This is basically an arena shooter, what it has turned out to. And the late additions of trying to get players to play objectives, for example the escort game mode, they come so late in the game's lifespan because, well, for many years now we have had nothing but an arena shooter. So basically majority of people like me who prefer objectives, who just want to play objectives, are gone. There is the folks left who really want arena shooter. And now if you start adding in an objective game modes, they won't really bring back the folks who really want objectives. Especially since, you know, we can't vote out game modes or whatnot. In all honesty, we can't, because everybody's picking skirmish, because that's the crowd which is left in the game. Of course there is the, from my point and annoyance, that community warfare, or faction play as it's called now, never really was made into the main game. Because it was always touted as some kind of an end game, and annoyingly enough the community even kept doing that. They kept saying that this is the end game, this is the end game. This is not an MMORPG. Mechwarrior Online is not an MMORPG where you develop a character from level 1 to, let's say, level 50, and then you start doing raid content. Then starts the end game. There is no such a thing in Mechwarrior Online. Frankly, to me, the faction play, the community warfare, should have been the main game. When it first came out, yeah, we had things like light mech generator rushes. And I have said this before, I was on the receiving end of that. I was playing clans, and Innersphere was doing this whole with fire starters. Come to think of it, right now nobody plays those, but anyway, Innersphere was doing those. And I was completely okay with that. It was people actually playing the objective of the game instead of trying to kill the 48 max. Like, I was completely and utterly okay with people doing that. And it was fantastic to me to see the kind of strategies, rush strategies and everything people would come up with to try and just destroy the generators. It was awesome, at least to me. And unfortunately, the game mode was kind of abandoned, and now it's basically, to me, it's unplayable because, well, it's a team deathmatch with 48 max on base maps. Which is just not fun, at least to me. I understand there are some who find it fun, the new version that is, but for me, no. What would have made community warfare better and more successful? Maybe it was more accessible. The community didn't make it such a big deal that this is the end game, and maybe if it was only pushed into one fighting front. I mentioned this when community warfare actually first came out, and it was split into all the factions. It should probably have only been Innersphere versus clans, where you could pick each of the you know, you could support your favorite Innersphere faction or your favorite clan faction, but you could only fight in this one front of Innersphere versus clans. And that would probably have kept it alive, because then people would have all been in the same fighting front, not spread over the galaxy in very tiny fronts. But that's my opinion on it, and who knows, maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. Overall though, Mechwarrior Online is a good game still. I still enjoy, absolutely adore and love the mech building aspect of it. I love that stuff. I enjoy most of the gameplay mechanics in the game. I think they are fine, they are playable and so on. But it's just that overarching goal of the game which I just do not like. I dislike dropping into a game and the only way basically to win is to kill the enemy, because majority of my team on my side is also doing that. Essentially that's their goal, to destroy the enemy. And well, if I'm trying to play the objective, which we may have or may not even have if it's skirmish, by my lonesome self, well, I am basically making my team lose because I'm one less gun toting platform to help them destroy the enemy, or then, well, I am the last one to die because my team has been demolished already.
Target acquired.
In my honest opinion, please change it so that you cannot win by actually killing all the enemies. You need to play the objective to win, and suddenly I would be way more all over this. I understand most people who play the game now wouldn't, because, well, we are all so used to the fact that we can just destroy the enemy, right? Conquest is a good example. Destroy the enemy, cap points after. Right? Anyway, that's my long rant and ramble about it, I would say. Like I mentioned, I still like the game overall. Aesthetics are good, I like mech games like this, but there are just some things which have made me take long breaks from the game in general.
Target destroyed.
And the overall thing. Yeah. Oh well.
Target destroyed.
Thank you very much for watching and for listening. Maybe we'll see you folks another time in another game. And there will be more content obviously on my channel, just not Mechwarrior Online.